This is a tutorial on mineral split for the initial 4 workers. To describe in more detail, the default code in StarterBot makes the first 4 workers mine minerals inefficiently. What often happens is that multiple workers may attempt to mine the same mineral patch, but multiple workers cannot mine the same mineral patch simultaneously. So splitting each of the workers to their own respective minerals is important. Mineral mining optimization problem can get extremely complex, but for the sake of the tutorial, I will keep it to 2 basic levels of optimization when the game starts. The first level of optimization is, as mentioned before, is 1 worker for 1 mineral patch. And the second level of optimization is sending the workers to mineral patches that are closest to the depot and not the workers themselves. But I just want to mention that the code in this tutorial is not the best way to do it. The purpose of this video is to write the simplest code for everyone to understand. So I would challenge you to find a more efficient way, whether it be in terms of lines of code or memory. And just to emphasize the importance of initial worker split, implementing this code promoted my bot from being D rank to B rank pretty much instantly. Alright, so with context out of the way, let's get to coding. So first, I will go to StarterBot header file, and I will create a void and a variable. So let's create a void here. I will call it start split, and a variable called worker split. And because we start with 4 workers, we assign the value 4. Then I will put this void into the bot. So let's find a suitable place. Let's see. Let's find a good place for it. Why not here? So void starter bot start split. And I will leave that for now. Then after that, I have to go to tools. And I will create 3 new functions that are very close clones of get closest unit to. But instead, we'll call it get second closest to, get third closest to, and get fourth closest unit to functions. Alright, that's that. So we will just, let's see. I think I will just type it out. Get second closest unit to BWAPI position P const BWAPI unit set units. Okay, so let's start by the same thing, which is closest unit equals tools get closest unit to P units. What's happening here? Oh, it's tools. Okay, so this so far is very similar to this, except instead of null pointer, we have this here. And if this happens to be non-existent, then we'll just return null point. Then BWAPI unit closest unit second. So this part is exactly the same as this, except for the name right here. Okay, so it's a bit more copying here, essentially units, but with a few differences, of course. If closest unit second, or let's start with get distance is smaller than or equal to closest unit second get distance P and closest unit, and if it's not the same, closest unit second equals U. So this is very, very familiar looking code, very similar to this. So essentially, okay, if this this is a valid variable, if it's like 1 or whatever, if it has value, or um, if, and then we start doing some distance comparison here. So essentially, the reason why this is happening is because, okay, if this is the first time we run this code, which is essentially saying, okay, closest unit second at the beginning is null pointer, right? This nullptr. So that will make it invalid variable, essentially. Think of it that way. So if it is invalid variable, then we assigned the variable to the unit. That's essentially what it's saying. So let's see here. I actually forgot to copy this part here. So return closest unit second. Okay. So after that first run is done, then we go back to the for loop again. And then this time it's valid, so this is ignored. And we say, okay, we compare the closest unit second, the last for loop iteration, compare that distance to the current distance, current unit distance, which is here from the input. And if it's not the closest unit, and if it's like, if the distance is smaller or equal, then we assign that unit. So essentially, the second closest unit can have the same distance as the closest unit, but it should not be the same mineral patch. Essentially, that is what it's saying. Two mineral patches can have the same distance to the depot, but by having this checker, it essentially ensures that we are not selecting the same mineral patch. Okay. Now that that's done, we just basically copy this and just change the name to second, and also this to second, and that's it. Okay, and then we essentially do the same thing. I'll just copy paste here, except we add another one here. Let's start this code with this. Tools get second closest unit 2 units, boom. And this becomes third. All right, so now we have to make sure that we change these names thoroughly. Make sure we don't miss one of them. Closest unit third. Let's start there. Okay. Then we want to make sure that unit second goes in here. And we also want to do another checker. Make sure that the third closest mineral patch is not the same as the second closest mineral patch, right? I think that should be good. And we copy the same thing. Third and third. Okay. And then now we do the same thing here. Fourth and fourth. Oops. Fourth here. Fourth here. Fourth. And of course, fourth here. We just copy this and change the second to third. That should be good. Okay, so now we can assign one mineral patch. Now we're ready to assign one worker to one mineral patch. Oops. So this is... Wait a minute, something's not right. This is fourth, so this should be fourth. Okay, this should be third. I think I made a mistake there. Yeah, this is third here. This... Okay, this is a bit confusing now. Fourth. Third. Oh, this should be third. Okay. Second closest unit, second. Okay. Make sure you do a double check in your code. Let's save. Now we're ready. Okay. Then with this void here, let's declare my depot. Get and for auto unit self get units, leave us right. Okay, if unit get type is worker, or you can put drone or a CV, etc. Depot split equals 1. Alright, so this is saying, okay, let's select my worker and make sure that depot is valid. This variable is valid, and this is our first iteration in the worker split. Okay, then BWAPI unit fourth closest mineral equals tools get fourth closest unit 2. So we want closest get fourth closest unit 2. Okay, that's spelled right. We want to get closest to the depot, right? And to all of these minerals that we have. So we found our fourth closest mineral to my depot. If fourth closest mineral is a valid variable, then we tell the worker to right click on the fourth closest mineral. Worker split is decreased by 1. Then we just skip to the next for loop iterations. And we basically do the same thing. We get to the second worker. Instead of fourth, we get the third. You can just change the labels here. It should not matter that much, but we keep doing this. Instead of third, we say second. Same here, second. And we keep going. And for the finale, we say for, this is supposed to be, yeah, third, second. We say closest mineral. We can just call it that. Get closest unit 2. Okay, is that right? Let's see. I believe so. So then, let's try this code. Let's fire it up. Let's see. Oh, oh, okay, let's try it again. Huh, it does not split. Ah, of course. The reason why it does not split is because I'm not running the code that I just wrote. So I will copy star split here, and I will start it at the on start. I'll put it here. So let's just here. Let's run it again. Huh. Why is it not starting? Let's see. For some reason, the function is not being called. Let me try it once more. Yeah, it's just being ignored. Okay, so let's go back to the code. Let's see, star split should be... Start split is here. What is going on? Let's see. Is there something wrong here, maybe? No, I think it's fine. Interesting. What is happening here? Let's see. Huh. So on start, that should be right. And let me actually test one thing. I just want to make sure that this is running. So let's just say BWAPI or send text. Good luck, have fun. See if that works. Okay, good luck, have fun is sent. Alright, so that means this function is being called. So not a spelling mistake. Or is it? Let's see. Right click. No. Interesting, interesting. Huh. They should split. That means something's wrong here, perhaps. Okay, let's see. Closest unit, second. Okay, that looks about right. Okay. Closest unit 2. Nope, no typo there, I believe. Second closest unit 2, not a typo. Third closest unit. Actually, you know what? Why don't I do this? Similar to this, I will do let's call it 1 to 3. The best way to debug, am I right? 5, 6, 79. Pro debugging right here. Let's see if the code runs at all. These are send text codes. Right, let's fire it up. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Interesting. Okay, something is preventing them to get to this point, which is, let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. Oh. That, okay, this is pretty bad. Okay. So I found out my mistake. It's because of these. I don't need to search for a unit every single time, all the units every single time, which is pretty much a given. Let's see if that works. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Still being. Oh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Something happened. So did they actually split? One did not split here, I think. Let me see it again. Yeah, see? There are 3 different orders. 2 workers going to the same mineral. Right here. Okay, so something is working, but not fully yet. So let's see, what is going on here? 3, 4. Okay, 4th closest mineral, 3rd closest mineral, 2nd closest mineral, closest mineral. Does that mean something is wrong here? Aha! I found the error. Okay, so this should be... Okay, so this... Oops. Yes, this is what I was missing. 3rd should not be the same as 3rd. I believe that should fix it. Yes, okay, great. It's split successfully. Let's just try it again. Beautiful. It's the 4 closest minerals to the depot here. Watch it again. Great. Thank you for watching the tutorial.